Just like everyone else, we're on week 73 of quarantine. Although I think it's only like week 4. Whatever, however long it's been, I'm like the rest of you. I need a serious haircut. And just like everyone else, my barber is closed. So look at this, I need a haircut. I thought about maybe shaving my head like I'm seeing everyone else do, but then I saw my buddy David post a tweet that really sparked the whole idea for this video. This is David. Isn't he a good looking guy? You're a handsome devil, David. Now here's how it all went down. David put up a tweet saying that he was on day whatever of quarantine searching Amazon for Flowbees. Yes, Flowbees.
That's one of the great things about the Flowbee is that you can experiment, you can create.
God, kids are willing to do that these days. Not me.
Right.
Granted, he was probably joking, wasn't really searching Amazon for Flowbees. It sparked an idea. I actually know someone with a Flowbee who's quite skilled at it. And you know what, it just turns out that I do need these hairs cut. So naturally I tweeted him back and said, hey, I know someone with a Flowbee. Perhaps I should let him cut my hair with that Flowbee because I need a haircut, and everyone should probably see what it looks like to get your haircut with the Flowbee. To which he obviously said, do it. So here we are, day whatever of quarantine, and you know what? It's time to make that phone call.
Jason.
Tom, hello,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. I think it's time for a haircut. So would it be okay if I came over and saw Flowbotomus?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll see in a bit.
All right, thanks. Now for those of you wondering, yes, I am equal parts nervous to A, get my hair cut with the Flowbee, and to B, have my father-in-law do it. It's desperate and crazy times, which call for desperate and crazy measures, so let's go see Tom and see what we can get out of Flowbotomus. For those of you wondering at home about the whole social distancing thing, we're gonna mask up a little bit here, so if, you know, there's gonna be words going, may not see our mouths moving, but don't worry, we're masking up, we've all been safe, we're all good to go here, so it's time to do the thing. Flowbotomus.
Flowbeotomist.
Flowbeotomist.
It's a flowbeotomy. The B in the middle is critical. And I am a certified Flowbee technician, self-certified. Hey, I'm Tom White. I am the flowbeotomist, and I happen to be Jason Yarborough's father-in-law. 27 years ago, I got very frustrated with going to either a barbershop or a hair salon or otherwise to get my hair cut, because every time I would come home, I would be frustrated with the inconsistency of one haircut to the next, and I'd end up trying to do the thing myself or just have to wait till the next time only to be frustrated again. I am the guy that's bought 3 separate Flowbees over 27 years. I haven't paid for a haircut in 27 years. As you can see, by anybody's measure, I'm pretty particular about my hair. It's not a bad haircut. But every 3 weeks, I've administered my own haircut very happily, and I can do it right at a moment's notice. I decide, hey, I want a haircut, like I'm going to display to you here today. I go get a haircut. So I, being a night owl, was able to garner a 1-800 number, 1-800-FLOWBEE. Yes. When I call back to Flowbee and order a new machine, they put their hand over the receiver and say, hey, the guy that bought the Flowbee's on line 1. I first must make a disclaimer here that nobody should try to administer this stuff themselves. I'm just going to give you a display to give you an indication of how surviving in this COVID-19 pandemic has really not been that much of an issue for me from a follicle management standpoint. I've been able to maintain my haircuts, and I know there's a lot of frustration out there for a lot of folks, and I'm sorry for that.
All right, so we're set up here. I have no clue what's actually happening and going on, but the Flowbeotomist here has the lowdown on what's happening. Tom, what's going on with this thing?
So what we have here is we do have a Flowbee. It's a Flowbee that is probably a 3rd generation Flowbee. I've, like I said earlier, used this mechanism for 27 years, so this is my 3rd generation. I've had a significant loss of hearing probably because every 3 weeks I was administering a haircut through a shop vac, self-dedicated to the Flowbee. So that was a problem. Right here are the cross-cut blades that cut the hair. You can see that there's maybe a 1/4 of an inch there until you start putting spacers on to get the proper length for your hair. But this machine goes on and then you turn. So what's happening is it's sucking the hair out, it's cutting the hair, and it's going right back into the tube, just like whiskers off of a razor into this little machine.
So in order to figure out the length that we want, you take the little spacers, these guys here, stack them according to the length that you want it cut. Question here is, do I want 2 spacers or 3? Let's figure this out real quick. Ready? I'm ready. Let's do it. Woo! Working on the sides now. Drop the spacer out. Getting busy. I mean, he's coming in with a pretty solid cut so far. That's going to trim the sides up, do the touch-up work, and we're all done. That's been like, legitimately like 7 minutes. Well guys, we're finished here, I think 99.9% anyway, and if you can see, there's not a hair on my shoulder. I mean, there's no hair anywhere. Good job. You really know what you're doing. 27 years and call yourself an expert.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Self-proclaimed.
I mean, there's 2 of us that are saying that now, so I'll give it to you.
I'm not saying there's any real official certification, but I feel comfortable in my own self-certification.
I feel comfortable telling the world that you're a Flowbee expert. Here it is, guys. The Flowbee. Okay, so here's my final thoughts on the Flowbee haircut. Overall, it was pretty great. I mean, he did a good job. He knows what he's doing with that thing. He can really work that machine. It wasn't bad. I mean, in this time of crisis, good enough for a haircut. But we all know the true depiction of how good a haircut is what happens after you get a shower and do the styling yourself. So I'm gonna hop in the shower here and see how good of a job this cut actually is. Whew. All right, so we're out of the shower. Time to do the hair. Felt good. I mean, the whole experience, there was no hair that had to fall out anywhere. That was kind of cool. So let's actually see what happens when we do these styling. Here's what I'll say. 2 thumbs up to the father-in-law, the Flowbee Optimus. You know, it wasn't a horrible experience. A little nervous at first, but you know, been doing this for 27 years. I think he's got a handle on it. In 27 years? Good Lord, that's incredible. All right, it's time to get out of here.
Tens of thousands have been sold to satisfied customers. Why? Because it really works.